What will I be doing on election day? I got my PVC, my permanent voters card, so I will be going out to vote on both days. What do I think when I think about the elections in Nigeria? To be honest, I think there has been a lot of tension. I think the economy has taken a downward turn because of the elections, and I really don't think the postponement of the elections was a good idea, because it looked to me like, there has been all this tension, so we should just go ahead and have the election so that we can go back to our normal lives. But now that the elections have been postponed, it just seems like we're going to repeat the process all over again. So I really didn't think it was a good idea. So, well, it has brought with it some tension, some violence, but, I think it's something that is necessary for the nation to move forward. What kind of changes do I hope to see after the elections? I really hope that Nigeria will change for the better. I hope to see an improvement in our security issues, because that has been such a big issue in Nigeria, and it has been something that has given me as an individual a lot of cause for concern. It's quite unfortunate that in the north we are having all these issues, and I mean, we are one country. I realize that we down here in Lagos, we tend to act like, it's really none of our concern. We're almost jaded, because when we hear the news these days, it's just like, okay, what's the next thing? We hear it in passing and then that's it. So it's a cause for concern, and I really hope to see a change in our security issues. I would also love to see a big boost in the economy, both in terms of employment, in terms of even the value of the naira. So those are two important changes I'd love to see. How do I want to see these changes affect the entertainment industry, which I am in? Well, I think if there's a boost, if there's an economic boost, then there'll be a lot more capital, free-flowing capital for people to make movies, and there'll be a lot of jobs for actors. And also, if there are no security issues, will not be limited, because right now there's almost nobody who's going to go to the north to shoot anything, even if it's required it. So I'd love to see us free, to just move around and go and do what we have to do in the places where we have to do them without worrying about things like security. So that's how I'd love to see those changes affect my industry. What have I been up to recently? It's been, the year started off quite busy for me. I shot 2 movies, and I'm currently on the set for a 3rd. I shot a movie called Game Plan for African Magic Original Films, that was directed by Chris Enenji, opposite my co-actor DME Okonawa. And I also did a film called Bomugomo Express, directed by Walter Banga, which also starred Ramsey Noah, Blossom Chukwujekwu, Gideon Okeke, Gbero Ajibade, my humble self. It was a pleasant change for me from the roles I usually play, because I got to play like a gangster type person, which is it was an important change, for me, because I get to show my versatility. And then currently I'm on the set of a comedy called Stupid Movie, and that's directed by Stanley Hikwari. Well, I think one thing that a lot of people know about me is the fact that I'm a medical doctor. So apart from film, apart from acting, I also do media-related health work. I write articles for online blogs. I still do that, blogs like connectnigeria.com. And this year, I also hope to do a lot of pro bono health work, which is something I've always wanted to do. I just would generally love to give back to the society. I'd like to use my medical training to, just impact the people positively. That's something I hope to do this year. Do I have any plans of using my status as an actress to start an NGO to promote, health basically? Yes, I definitely do, because when I was practicing as a medical doctor, I noticed that women and children are usually relegated, in society. So I would definitely want to work with women and children, women, because it really breaks my heart to see women a lot of times, women that can actually, they can be somebody basically in society. they just don't have the capacity, they're not empowered, you know. And also, I would really love to work with women and children, both health-wise and socially. I'd love to use my status as an actress and a medical doctor to help women and children. I'd love to do that. My Time magazine saga. Okay, well, sometime in May 2014, I was interviewed at my home by a Time magazine correspondent. She's actually the assistant managing editor of Time. She was doing a piece on Nollywood, so she came to interview me at home. And during the interview, we spoke about Nollywood. We spoke about my involvement in the TV series Lekki Wives. We spoke about things like, you know, how long it takes to complete a series and the challenges faced, you know, in the process of shooting in Lagos. And a couple of months later, I was on set when a friend of mine called me and said she was reading about me in Time magazine. She was a colleague, actually. We did house job together at the University College Hospital in Ibadan. And she called me to tell me that she was reading about me in Time magazine and that they said I dropped out of medical school. And I told her it wasn't possible, that Time magazine wouldn't make that kind of mistake. And then she asked me for my email address and she sent me the picture of the page. I was infuriated when I saw it. I bought my own copy. I immediately reached out to the correspondent who conducted the interview, and I was rebuffed. She said to me that was what I said during the interview. And I said to her that I could have never said anything like that during the interview, because completing medical school, getting a degree, doing your housemanship, that is not the kind of thing you forget. That's not the kind of mistake that a person can make. But I realized, you know, they were being very funny. The reception I got was not nice at all. So I realized I was going to have to go legal. So I involved lawyers, you know, Law Alliance is the legal company, the law firm that I involved. And then they wrote to them and scanned all my certificates, you know, all the proof of, you know, my status as a medical doctor. And then they printed a retraction. So that's what happened. It wasn't a very good experience, but that's what happened. So that's just to say that even international magazines can make mistakes. Hi, my name is Kiki Omeili. I'm an actor, and you're watching News 24 Live.